You've got your hard hat, gloves, safety glasses, and other personal protection equipment. You're ready for any danger that the job might present. Ready for anything. Anything, that is, except maybe an irate customer. Despite all of the personal protection equipment and the best work safety training available, it's the unexpected that can put us at the greatest risk sometimes, the unknown dangers. But these are situations that can be prepared for and often can be avoided. All it takes is common sense and being observant in your work environment. You have the power to reduce the risks of unknown dangers. Now, let's get back to our somewhat shaken lineman. If an angry customer approaches you while in the field, what's the best way to handle it? Well, the first thing is to view the situation objectively and remain professional and courteous. It's important to never react defensively or argue with the customer. Be cool and calm, even if the customer is not, and allow the customer to vent. Listen politely and use positive body language. If possible, address the person by name. By responding this way, you may be able to give the customer a satisfactory response on the spot. If you cannot resolve the issue, assure the customer that you will notify the office of the complaint and that someone will be in contact within 24 hours. Remember, it's critical that you follow through on this promise. By making the supervisor aware of the situation, office personnel will be better prepared to handle the situation should the customer decide to go to the office and make the complaint in person. Unfortunately, there could be times when a confrontation like this doesn't end so smoothly. Our contractor is on a pretty routine visit to get a meter reading, but a routine activity like this can take an unexpected turn very quickly.
Get off of my property right now.
Yes,
You
sir.
need to get off my property.
Just right out
Get
there.
off of my
Take about
property
a
right
second.
now. I know where my meter is. You need to get off of my property right now. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? You know what? I don't think you understand. All right.
Your life is at risk here. This is not a time to try to reason with a dangerous customer. Your only choice is to leave the situation. If you remain any longer, be aware that it's impossible to know how the events will evolve.
All right, I'm out of here.
As soon as you're safely out of danger, contact your supervisor to make him aware of what happened. This allows for monitoring of your situation in case the customer follows you, and for office personnel to be prepared if the customer decides to go to the office and make a complaint in person. So, the unexpected can occur as you're doing routine work, but you can be confronted with unknown dangers in other ways. Your safety often is based on the choices you make. What's the best choice here?
Don't do anything I don't tell you, dude. Turn around. Come on. That way. Walk that way. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. Hey! Hey, y'all, hurry up! Keep going. Turn around. Stay right here. Don't move. You will stay right here for 10 minutes.
Your best choice is to cooperate. You should obey the robber's commands. Try to remain calm and be observant. Take note of the height, weight, and age of your assailant and any others. Notice clothing, speech characteristics, scars, tattoos, or other identifying characteristics. Don't stare. You don't want to be obvious. What type of vehicle is being used? By remaining calm, you are less likely to be harmed and more likely to remember details about the incident later. This information can be critical to help police apprehend the criminals.
You stay right here, you hear me? You will stay right here for 10 minutes. I'll shoot you from the truck. I'm not fooling.
It's very important to comply with the criminal's demands, but there's one demand you should not comply with. Never get into the criminal's vehicle or leave the area with the criminal. The risk to your safety is too high. In that situation, especially in a remote location, you're better off trying to escape. When it's safe, immediately call the police and report to the security department. And while the details are fresh in your mind, jot down notes about the criminals, their vehicle, and anything else that might be helpful for the police. In this example, there was no obvious indication that a dangerous situation existed until it was too late. But that's not always the case.
Hey, Reese, man, you see those guys over there? Look at that, man.
Hit it with your spotlight.
All right, man.
The rule here is simple. Never enter a service center at any time, night or day, if something doesn't look right. Use your Southern Link radio to contact the DCC operator, who will contact the security department and the police. Have the guard check the security cameras for suspicious activity before returning to or entering the location. Otherwise, report the situation, leave the immediate area and go to a safe location, but remain in the vicinity and await instructions from the DCC operator. The best way to be safe is to be alert so you can recognize potential problems and avoid them if at all possible. It's the safe approach in this case, as well as if you come upon a facility that has its alarm sounding. It can be challenging to avoid certain types of dangerous situations like this. What could the CSM have done to prevent this? Dogs can be an unknown danger at any residence. Be alert to signs of a dog on the premises, such as a water bowl, chew toy, leash, or doghouse. In fact, scoping out a location upon arrival, including nearby people, traffic, and vehicles, is always a good idea. Make your presence known. Do a quick gut check. If in doubt about your safety, do not exit your vehicle at the location. If confronted by a potentially vicious dog, back away from the animal, slowly. Never turn your back on a dog. Report the situation to the office personnel. They might be able to contact the dog's owner to coordinate assistance. Otherwise, reschedule the work for a time when the dog will be managed safely. There are other types of situations that also require quick action to stay safe. How much suspicious evidence is enough to raise the danger sign? This is an extremely dangerous situation. By all indications, this is a meth lab and you should leave immediately. Don't take any chances by investigating it or touching evidence. Assume that your life is in danger right now. When you are sure that you're safely away from a location like this, contact the security department to report what you've seen. By being alert to your surroundings and anything that indicates suspicious or illegal activities, you can avoid most potentially dangerous situations. This not only applies to coming across possible meth labs like we saw here, but also to any residential, commercial, and industrial locations where there are clues that something just isn't right. Here's another example of this type of less than ideal work situation. Is this a situation you'd feel comfortable entering?
11 DCC operator.
Trust your instincts. All potential confrontation should be avoided. If you think there's a security problem, contact your supervisor and leave the area. An alternate plan can be made to complete the work assignment at a better time. Your most effective tool against high-risk situations is your judgment. No job is worth your safety or your life. We hope that these types of unknown dangers will never happen to us. However, every time we go out to work in the field, the potential is there. You can reduce your risk of being in harm's way. Be alert to anything that seems wrong and always be aware of your surroundings. Err on the side of safety when you see or hear something that isn't right, from an unlocked gate to suspicious behavior by someone in the area. Leave potentially dangerous situations immediately and report all incidents to the security department or police if appropriate. Safety experts advise us to be mentally and physically ready for any dangerous situation that may occur. Ask yourself, What would I do if? You are more likely to choose the best option if you've already gone over the scenario in your mind. If we all incorporate these practices on the job and in our lives away from work, we can rest assured that we are doing everything we can to prevent being surprised by unknown dangers.